staying in the ring against Mike Tyson doesn't make sense to me. You have to be in the best shape possible to compete or contend with Mike Tyson. And for some reason, I don't understand Tubbs' conditioning.
Yeah, but the other side of it is that if Tony Tubbs came into the ring in shape, he'd be some other fighter. He wouldn't be Tony Tubbs. He'd probably be a nervous wreck trying to get down to weight. That's just not who he is.
As we look at the tail of the tape, you will see that Tubbs weighs 238 1/4 and enjoys the reach and height advantages over Tyson that virtually every heavyweight who ever faces Mike Tyson will enjoy. Tyson weighed in at a relatively trim 216 1/4. He is almost always, Ray, in immaculate condition, and once again here that appears to be the case.
You can expect the first round. There is no such thing as feeling out process to Mike Tyson. He jumps right on his opponents and try to take their heart. We have to see whether or not that's going to happen today.
And millions of boxing fans watching around the world, welcome to the fabulous stadium known as the Big A.
And here is our punch stat profile of the fighters, how many punches they throw. They throw roughly the same amount of punches. The difference is that Tyson throws many more hard punches and lands a very high percentage of them. And the jabs, you see that Mike Tyson does throw a decent amount of jabs. Tubbs can throw a lot of jabs, although he has told us that you cannot hold Mike Tyson off with a jab. Don't look for too many of them in this fight, he says.
Rules have been worked out between the WBA and the WBC for technical reasons, which we'll explain in a moment. The IBF is not involved in rules discussion here. The 3 knockdown rule has been waived for this fight. Scoring will be done by 3 judges on the 10-point must system. A fighter can be saved by the bell in the last round only. And now Tony Tubbs, who now lives in Santa Monica, California, was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio, begins to enter the ring. Recently turned 30 years old, Tubbs has won 25 of 26 fights in an 8-year professional career. The only loss, the title loss decision against Tim Witherspoon when he weighed 244 pounds. He has twice been as far as 15 rounds. And he weighs 238 1/4 today after claiming to us 2 days ago that he would step on the scales at 232.
Well, he's talked the talk, and now it's time to walk the walk. Incidentally, he's getting about 1/10 of the purse of Mike Tyson. He's getting $9 million. About $500,000 will go to Tubbs after all of his expenses. I figure out that that's about 100,000 quarts of ice cream or a shrimp salad in Japan.
Tony TNT Tubbs, one-time WBA heavyweight champion of the world. And now a challenger, and the first challenger for Mike Tyson on what is being billed as the Tyson World Tour. There is a syndrome evolving here in Japan, which is described by a new term in the Japanese language. It is called gaitare. It refers to foreign celebrities who are brought here by the overwhelming economic power of the yen currency as opposed to other world currencies. Now joining Madonna, Michael Jackson, and Mick Jagger as gaitare is Mike Tyson.
And the interesting thing here is we were led to believe that the Japanese fans would view this more as a show, and that they sit on their hands a lot. But they are truly as excited as people led us to believe they were underneath their impassive masks.
Of course, if you have seen Tyson before, you are aware of what is called the gladiator look. No robe, no towels, no socks, just the black trunks, the boots, and the 10-ounce Everlast gloves. Mike Tyson is 21.5 years old, unbeaten in 33 fights with 29 knockouts. He went 12 rounds to a decision twice. This is his 6th title defense as heavyweight champ, the 3rd defense as holder of the championship in the eyes of all 3 governing bodies. Because of a conflict between local promoters and the International Boxing Federation, only the WBA and WBC title belts are being billed in Japan in connection with the fight. But in reality and in the eyes of boxing fans, it is the unified title which is at stake. And right now, let's go up to our ring announcer, Michael Buffer, whom the Japanese promoters have flown over from Philadelphia in the United States. Michael Buffer will deliver the pre-fight introductions.
その結果、幸いに両選手ともに全てが的確でありましたので、私はこの試合を世界ヘビー級タイトルマッチと認定いたします。
This, of course, is the Japanese ring announcer who is providing initial instruction for Japanese fans here as to the principles in the ring. And now, Michael Buffer takes over the mic.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, konnichiwa. Good afternoon. This championship bout is a presentation of Taking Boxing Promotions, President Akiko Honda. It is sanctioned by the Japan Boxing Commission, Commissioner Makoto Hosaka, and the World Boxing Council, President Jose Suleiman. The World Boxing Association is represented by Championship Committee Chairman Dr. Elias M. Cordova Jr., the ringside supervisor is Gabriel Peña Garicano. He's the WBC General Counsel. The three judges are Larry Rosadilla of the United States, Masakutsu Uchida of Japan, and Ken Morita of Japan. And working for the 78th time in a world title bout is the referee Arthur Mercanti of the United States. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to all the millions and millions of boxing fans watching around the world, welcome to the Tokyo Dome, the Big Egg, right here in one of the greatest cities in the world, Tokyo, Japan. I would like to introduce in the ring at this time, a man known as one of the premier promoters in the world of boxing, Mr. Don King. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. 12 rounds for the heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing his boxing trunks and weighing 238 1/4 pounds with a professional record of 24 victories, 15 by knockout, and only 1 defeat. From Cincinnati, Ohio, he is the second-ranked heavyweight in the world and a former heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Tony TNT Thorne. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks and weighing 216 1/4 pounds, from Catskill, New York, which is the hometown of the late great trainer of champions, Cus D'Amato. He brings a professional record of 33 victories without a loss, 29 KOs, including 25 KOs in 5 rounds or less, and 15 in the first round alone. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undisputed, the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Tyson!
Mike and Tony, you both received instructions earlier in the day, and therefore you know the rules. I wish you both an awful lot of luck now. Return to your corners to await the starting bell. Good luck.
That's Arthur Mercanti doing his 6th heavyweight championship fight, his 78th world championship fight. Tubbs says he knows how to fight. The champion, everyone says it. It's a little bit more difficult to pull it off. Let's see if he really wants to rumble as he says he does.
I see Mike Tyson iron the belly, the midsection of Tony Tubbs, so look for him to jump right on him in the first round.
Okay, we're all set? All set. Go.
Mercanti says they're all set, and there's the bell for round 1. Tubbs throws the jab, and Tyson responds in kind.
A lot of fighters find it difficult to set Mike Tyson up because Mike now gives a lot of head movement.
One of the big questions has been whether Tubbs would clinch and grab and simply try to survive with Tyson, as did Bone Crusher Smith and Mitch Green. For now, it does not look that way.
6-4.
Well, Tubbs stated that he would exchange punches with Tyson because the best way he felt to beat him was to be inside, throw short punches, combinations. And here he selected to do that. I don't necessarily agree with that, Jim, because what happens, Tyson, with his shorter arms and upper body strength, is able to do a great deal of damage to the midsection of his opponent. Watch for the left hook by Mike Tyson.
Tubbs trying to go downstairs to Tyson's body.
You see the left jab of Mike Tyson. He's starting to use it more consistently now. He found out that it gets a man into punching range.
And you can begin to see the startling hand quickness that Tubbs brings. Startling partially because of the shape of his body.
Well, here with Tubbs, the uppercut. I also noticed the uppercut of Mike Tyson. He's able to throw the same punch twice, under and over.
Tyson missed with the left hook. Earlier, he had landed a wicked right to the kidney.
Look for a looping right hand by Mike Tyson because that's the punch I see that Tubbs is vulnerable to. He keeps dropping that left hand.
1 minute to go in round one. Tubbs landed a left and ducked away effectively.
You know what to do, champ. There you go. There you go. There you go. You know what to do, champ. Speed, baby, speed. Come on, sweet. Sweet. Oh, right there.
What Tubbs needs to be doing now, he needs to throw 2 and 3 jabs to kind of break the rhythm of Mike. Because what's happening, Tyson started to set up. You need to break that rhythm with a jab.
Tubbs throwing the uppercut. A lot of people think he will have to be effective with that punch because Tyson comes in constantly.
Well, Tyson also lunged him with an overhand right there, and that's one of the mistakes he makes.
10 seconds to go in round one. One punch after the bell, and now Mike Tyson returns to his corner.
I thought Tubbs fought a very effective round. I gave him the round. He landed some hooks, and he went to the body as promised. Remember, he told us that nobody has gone to Mike Tyson's body so far.
The voice is that of trainer Kevin Rooney.
Oh, you got it?
6 and 1, half dozen the other. Yeah, take that.
If I make a move for you, move to the right now. I'm cutting to that body by moving that foot. You hit him with the right hand to the chin.
Just relax.
Second down. Second down. Okay, good. Second down. Round 2.
The talking in Tubbs' corner was done by trainer Odell Hadley. So now Hadley and Rooney have had their minute, and round 2 begins.
Tubbs keeping that right hand up because of the left hook of Mike Tyson. But also, you notice now you see a much more relaxed Tony Tubbs. So now his punches are being more fluid.
Look at Tyson with the rapid-fire 3 jabs in a row. Something new within the past year.
Well, Tyson is starting to improve each time he steps into the ring. But what I see here in Tubbs is pretty much trying to get range so he can drop his right hand, because in his corner they told him to drop the right hand. The left hook lands, but he needs to come back with the right hand. There's the right hand, Jim, I had spoken earlier about. You must give Tyson angles. You can't remain stationary. Hands must stay up and stay out of the corners.
But indeed, Tony acknowledged in talking with us, Ray, that you couldn't finesse Tyson completely. You have to be willing, as he said, to fight him.
Well, you saw that double punch with one hand, sort of a bolo type punch. And those are the type of punches do a great deal of damage because the body shot, then the uppercut. Raises the chin up, and then the left hook comes into play.
Good uppercut by Tubbs inside. Snap Tyson back a little.
Come on. Move your head. 6
Tubbs has to be very careful. You notice he put both feet together, and that's easy to be knocked down or knocked off balance. He's trying to use his additional weight.
Coming up on a minute to go in round 2. Tony Tubbs so far appears in no way intimidated by Tyson's fury, as have so many of his opponents.
Good left hook, good combination by Tubbs.
Open up.
You know, Tubbs just trying to gain respect, and I think he's done that.
Take him to the stop. 6-2. Make a move.
Good left by Tyson. Tubbs reeled.
Those hands must be kept up higher. And again, like I stated earlier, Jim, I don't think it's a good idea to exchange punches with Tyson. Good body shot, but you need combinations now.
30 seconds left in the round. Both fighters have had their say here.
I couldn't tell whether or not the punch hurt.
Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly. It was a left hook.
And it's over. Odell Hadley has jumped in the ring. The fight is over.
With stunning swiftness.
And the fans are enjoying. They're showing their appreciation here.
Remarkable. The tide of this fight changed within 15 or 20 seconds.
Well, that's what a great puncher can do. The boxer is thinking all the time, and the puncher is punching all the time. The only thing I can say now is that if you thought that whale hunting was outlawed in Japan, we just saw that Mike Tyson hadn't heard about it.
And Ray Leonard, let's take a look back at the left hands which did the damage.
Well, Tyson now starting to find his range. That left hook there pretty much spoke for itself. It's self-explanatory because it was a short and powerful left hook that put Tony Tubbs down. And here Mike still showing that he is a good finisher.
Tubbs had already been reeling a bit before that point as the result of a short right against the ropes.
What was happening actually was that Tyson was wearing down Tubbs because Tubbs tried to stay inside and fight Mike Tyson's fight, which I thought was a mistake.
Heavyweight champion, Mr. Mike Tyson.
Once again, that's short left hook. And for those that say Mike is not really a one-punch knockouter, I think they need to look at some films again. Mike has enormous strength and great upper body power.
Early now in round 2. That was the punch against the ropes that really started things off. I said a right, it was in fact a left right on the forehead.
But if you can appreciate the power of Mike Tyson because that punch hit him on the temple, and it wasn't really a 6-inch punch, it was shorter than that.
So Tony Tubbs becomes the latest in the string of victims. Tyson's 30th knockout in 34 times in the ring. And the Japanese, who were so disappointed 15 years ago by George Foreman's one-round knockout of Joe Roman, got about 2.5 minutes more this time.
But Jim, you also have to commend the corner of Tony Tubbs because they was in there for the welfare of his safety because they saw the power of Mike Tyson. They saw that that man was hurt and was indeed down.
Interestingly, Ray, one of the things that Tubbs had seemed to demonstrate throughout his 26-fight career up to that point was a pretty good chin.
Well, he has a very good durable chin, but again, that's Mike Tyson there.
And right now, let's go up to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official statistics on this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official time. 2 minutes, 54 seconds of the second round.